The downforce was getting quite ridiculous. You know, we were producing nearly 5G laterally, and the drivers were getting pretty close to sort of needing G suits in those days.
The sports governing body, the FIA, announces a new rule. To lessen the downforce and reduce speed, all cars must have a 6-centimetre gap between the bodywork and the road.
The British teams, led most ingeniously by Gordon, decided that, well, at what point is this 6-centimetre gap going to be checked? It can only be checked by a scrutineer when the car is stationary, because not that many scrutineers are fit enough to run at 180 miles per hour beside a Formula One car with a measuring tape.
Driver-operated mechanisms are also banned, so Murray needs to find a way of keeping the car close to the ground when it's at speed.
We came up with a system where we put a hydro pneumatic cylinder in the rod, where half of it was air and the other half was hydraulic fluid. And then from the air side, that ran off to a really small, a tiny little micro valve and a filter to stop the micro valve getting blocked.
When the car is lapping at speed, the wings push it down, well below 6 centimetres, and the slow-release micro valve prevents it from rising up again.
And then on the slowing down lap, the driver did a slow lap, and all the fluid pushed back past the valve, and it came back to 6 centimetres.
The other teams are convinced that the system is illegal and try to find out how it works, but Murray comes up with a distraction to throw them off the scent.
Inside of the car, when you took the bodywork off, we made a big empty aluminium box with a few wires coming out of it. And of course, whenever the car came into the pits, everybody looked at the aluminium box, and nobody looked at the hydraulics. So for the first 3 or 4 races, nobody knew what we were doing, and we just continued to nail everybody, which really miffed the rest of the teams.
The regs are saying that the car should be 6 centimetres high in any circumstance.
No, they don't. No, they don't. The regulations say all measurements shall be taken with the car stationary on a flat metal surface with the driver on board and the engine running.
So in your opinion, there is no doubt that everybody will have the same system in a few races?
You can do the same thing with normal springs. Williams do it at the moment with bump rubbers and normal springs, and they run a little bit higher than us. And they go a little bit slower. They're bad losers, basically.